Hey, this is Rick Brandenburg for Turf Bugs and Rock and Roll, and I'm going to do a video series, not necessarily one after another, but during the winter, where we talk about a topic that I have a little bit of difficulty with, and it's going to strike close to home for some of you, and possibly even make some of you a little bit mad. But one of the things is how when there are certain topics, y'all really agree with what the scientists say and say they're not being paid off, they're not on the take, they know what they're talking about and all that sort of stuff, and because it supports something that you believe in. And then on other topics, you say the scientists are all being paid off, they just do talk about that because they want to get more grant money or something like that, and you disagree with them on that. Well, I'm sorry, you can't have it both ways. That's sort of like going to church and sitting there listening to the sermon, and when he says something that you think applies to everybody else, you go, preach on, preacher. But then when he says something that maybe you're guilty of, you go, hey, wait a minute, I don't agree with you on that one. So, you know, science isn't always right, but they're right a good portion of the time, and they're rarely wrong. And so when we look at these topics and we talk about how the public maybe has this perception on that perception, and on one topic we'll say, hey, science supports me on that one, in my opinion, so I know I'm right. And on something else you disagree with it, even though science may say something else. You know, we gotta be consistent. We either agree with what scientific data show, or we believe it's a bunch of baloney and that the scientists are all on the take. But there's a lot of real mixed messages, and a lot of people taking one side on agreeing with the scientists on one thing and then disagreeing with the scientists on another topic, and that doesn't help anybody get anywhere. So I'm going to talk about several times during the summer. We're going to talk about this issue and how you can look at what science offers. And science is not God, but science does provide us with a lot of information that helps us make good, informed decisions. And we'll have several talks like that during the winter. Hope that helps. Look forward to talking with you again soon.